Hey guys, Tyler2K here. Today we're going to take a look at the Heihachi Season 2 changes. We are now over a week into the season. Meant to do this yesterday, but I simply ran out of time. And then furthermore, I actually wanted to cover Lee first because I heard Lee has some really bad changes. But same thing, ran out of time for that. And those changes are much more in depth. So I figure do a kind of stop loss for a new character, DLC character, to kind of figure out what's going on. Because same thing, I don't know too much about Heihachi in Season 2. But I have seen the running 1+2, which is a crazy move to add to him. Also, I'm a 2P Mishima, so I'm going to be playing on 2P. Although, keep in mind, all the graphs will be on the left side. That's our side. I figure rather than reverse it and then make this the picture or whatever, the bottom right corner in a different area, like, whatever. We'll leave it as is. So, yeah, I did not get Heihachi up to Tekken God. I got him up to King before I stopped playing him, simply because I would use my cross-up, like a cheat box, to play him. So, I mean, I have execution to do electrics most of the time, but yeah, the cheat box is just like, it doesn't feel fun to use, so I kind of stay away from Mishimas for that reason, if you ever wonder why I don't play Mishimas on stream. I got a one-framer. Yeah, I've got two one-framers in there. Okay, so I'm on point right now, so that's good. Okay, balanced direction. Season 2, Heihachi improved usability, cover weaknesses, everyone's favorite term nowadays. Expand moves while charged. Interesting. Okay, strength lies in high damage output. Very true. High execution difficulty. Not super true. Heihachi actually, of the Mishimas, is typically an easier one to play. And weak to sidestep right. Okay. Keep in mind, sidestep right typically is your anti-electric direction. Or your anti, like, you beat them with electric, but like Heihachi has all these other moves that don't track to his left, your sidestep right. So I don't know if they mean sidestep right to beat like electric beating options, or like the other neutral game part of his kit, like back four and whatnot. I don't know. We'll find out. Blah blah blah. Okay, new move, running 1+2. A new tool. Okay, hard knockdown, and then transition into Thunder God Fist. So I assume we still get knockdown. Okay, so then almost certainly one is guaranteed, or like ground hitting OTGF. Although if you have execution for like OTGF, which would be super like trivial. Wow, I can't believe I hit that. Would be super trivial on a cross up or hitbox. Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, it looks like you maybe have time for OTGF, but it seems very close. There's a good possibility it doesn't work. So maybe running 1+2 into Fujin stance is the way to go. Because yeah, this used to be Fujin. Now this is Raijin, and now Fujin is this stance, this parry stance instead. Unless it's the other way around. I don't. To be honest, it's been a while though. I guess we'll find out. Okay, compared to his other heavy execution moves, relatively easy. Yeah, of course, that's because running inputs can now be performed at range 0, so there's no real skill in doing this relative to like a 4-4-2. You just do a third input rather than 4-4-2 by itself. You know, makes sense. Furthermore, Mishima style Warrior Instinct can be activated with the during. But okay, sure, level 3, of course. So up there at top left. 3 levels of Warrior Instinct. Every time you pop your heat, you get 1 charge, and then once per game, you can perform Warrior Instinct, which allows for a lot of shit, including Red Life Destruction, which is pretty good, because you don't even need that. It's 2 Red Life Destruction, period. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, actually, we'll leave it like that. Okay, tracking ability of forward 3 has been enhanced. I don't like that. Forward 3 used to be a counter launcher in previous games, and then they changed it to be this new counter hit, or sorry, natural hit confirmable option. It's like 1-1 into heat engager, or if you want to be a little bit safer, you can go for Fujin 1-2, which would be your option to wall splat. Keep in mind that the Fujin 1-2, while it used to be launch punishable for Heihachi, is not the case anymore. So it's only -13, and they're left in standing, not even FC. So a character like Eddie, Kazuya, Bruce, shit like that won't be able to launch punish you either. So interesting. Okay, so let's look at the tracking on forward 3. Let's do sidestep to begin with. Okay, we'll lose this to our Mishima weak side. Okay, tracks are Heihachi neutral strong side. Keep in mind, like back 4, like I was saying, those neutral tools miss. But an option like electric, well, okay, never mind. Maybe they made some more changes to Heihachi's hitboxes than I had anticipated. But yeah, typically to beat electric and hell sweep and shit like that, you step to the left, but maybe they made it so it's more unified now. Maybe my information is completely outdated. So yeah, so maybe they made it so like Heihachi's more like Jin now, where you have to step to the right, possibly. Okay, I'll have to remember that. Okay, but forward 3 tracks 2, I guess, would be our quote-unquote weak side nowadays. So that's good to have access to, and as mentioned, you can't really hit confirm it, but you can confirm the committal. Keep in mind, when you transition forward 3 by itself, is only +9, so nothing's guaranteed. It forces you to transition into stance to take the frames into consideration. From this position, this is like general Heihachi theory. We can cancel stance by tapping down forward, go into step, and then cancel into guard. And then from there, low parry and shit like that. If you're really clean during your transition, this cancel can be done basically for free, really, really fast, and there's no way for you to get punished. As talked about, I haven't played Heihachi too much, so I'm not going to be able to show that full strength off to you. Okay, for hold moves, 1, 2, 4. Why would you want 1, 2, 4 to be held? Ah, okay. Never mind. I was thinking it was a different move. That makes more sense, yeah. Wow, and it tracks both ways, tight. Keep in mind that 1, 2, 4 is safe on block, but it is -9. Okay, never mind. The charge version's +6. Normally it's -9. All these stand 4 variations are all the same frame data, but the charge one, not so much. Also, that looks like a red spark. Yeah, there's a red spark on it, so we can't actually reverse that. Power Crush would work against it, but reversals and other defensive Sabakis would not work. It doesn't really matter, though, because this is a kick. Kick Sabakis are extremely rare in Tekken, but still, it can't be reversed. Okay, running 1+2, brand new move. Headbutt +3 if we transition to stance. Or +8. Okay, +8's nasty, because then from +8 we can go for Broken Toy on 15. Keep in mind, of course, Broken Toy is a throw, so there's no Power Crush possible to win here. And actually, +8 into 15 means that they can't even Rage Art you either. So Broken Toy is proper guaranteed. Otherwise, you can always go for a safer option like Raijin 3. You can be a little bit more committal with a Raijin 2. Similar idea, +8. Keep in mind you would lose the Rage Art, but everything else would be in that position. And then the big boy, of course, we have OTGF, or sorry, the Raijin 1, which is also charged up under the ability of a Warrior Instinct, where it becomes a red spark attack and cannot be parried or reversed and whatnot. So, yeah, that's really scary, especially if you're in Warrior Instinct. The good news, again, Warrior Instinct only once per game, so it's not a big deal. So out of curiosity, though, let's go ahead and test its general tracking. So it's probably going to have some okay tracking to it. Let's go ahead and commit to the Big Daddy. Let's go ahead and just go running right away. Okay, so weak to our weak side. Okay, weak to full side, but yeah, still, it looked to be kind of tight. Okay, so yeah. So you can't flash it left, but you can flash it right. Oh, no, you could still flash it left. Okay, it's very time dependent then. Keep in mind that when you're performing this running input, like forward, 1+2, you're kind of getting a little bit more tracking by naturally aligning during your movement. So if you do it slower, it's going to naturally track where normally it typically wouldn't track. So keep in mind, you can kind of milk the inputs. Everything doesn't have to be like frame 1, like firsty kind of shit. So keep that in mind. Okay, during heat, back 3-3-1. Or 2, sorry. Ah, yeah, I've seen this. So back 3-3 by itself. And let me go ahead and turn off movement. So back 3-3 by itself is not safe. -12. The back 3-3-2, though, evidently takes away the punish frame where he goes for down back 2+3 or down 2+3. Or no, sorry, down back 1+2. That's the input. Yeah, so kind of similar to that. All these sort of like burst variations are all plus frames on block. But now he has the back 3-3-4 to complement him. Although it looks like you don't freeze the clock when you're performing this. Or actually, let's wait a little bit longer because I hit the wrong input. So let's do back 3-3-2 right as the timer's about to expire. Let's see if we can still get it out. We can. Yeah, that's something they changed in Season 2. I'm not a fan of that change. I feel like if you don't properly account for... This is my opinion, of course. I feel like if you don't properly account for how long things are going to take, you shouldn't be rewarded by still being plus frames and are safe on block. I think it's a bad change to the game in general. Okay, down 1+2 can now be performed during... Okay, so what am I missing? Winds got... Is that just the technical term for 1+4 Warrior Instinct? I kind of feel like it is. Okay, so that's called... okay, Wind God's Kame. So maybe that's just the stance. Maybe that's all it is. Okay, that's the name of the stance. So the down 1+2. Warrior Instinct can now be performed during... Oh, okay, I understand now. They're just saying, like, when you enter into the stance, you can now pop your meter. Whoops, my bad. I was like, man, that's kind of strange, like kind of strong. If you can Warrior Instinct parry everything, that'd be kind of crazy. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, during the Fujin stance, you can now pop Warrior Instinct, which is nice, because then that might allow for combo structure like this, and then pop meter for free. Maybe wall splat, you know, so on and so forth from that position. Okay, 1-2-4 as shown. We can now hold input, and best of all, it full tracks. I mean, what's not to like about it? Are we even on like counter hit? No, we're not even on counter hit. So they try to step in, we get a launcher. That's pretty good. Wow, okay. Oh, now he can just do stand forward period, huh? Holding. Wow. And red spark, which kind of sets up the gold spark and blue spark down forward 1-2s. So rather than need the execution to hit, like, you know, blue spark or gold spark, because blue spark is not that difficult. You just hold it for X amount of frames. This one kind of opens it up a little bit better. So if this is 24 frames instead of this, yeah, we're on 13 to 28. So technically they're probably about the same speed, but this is like, hey, if I think my opponents can go for some sort of, you know, breaker option, we'll just take it back. You want to reverse me? That's cool. Because I presume, and let's go ahead and not presume. I presume this is going to be a natural hit launcher too. Oh, no, we already kind of confirmed that with the walking. Okay, we don't need to confirm it. But out of curiosity, let me go ahead and just do, what's it, down back 1+2? Oh, back 1+2, there we go. Okay, so back 1+2. We'll do one jab, back 1+2. So Sabaki. So this should, I mean, by definition, this is going to lose anyway, because again, this is a fucking kick. But that will beat parries and shit like that. Jin doesn't have a reversal, so I can't show it off. We had shown in the Lydia video that Power Crushes still work though, so I'm not really a fan of that. I have to delay it a little bit because Power Crush is so fucking fast. Yeah, see, Power Crushes still win, but parries and Sabakis don't work. Whatever. I don't understand. Whatever. Okay, 1-1. Adjusted collision detection, reducing distance between characters on hit. Okay, so that's good. Sometimes this would phantom whiff, and what would happen is you're by the wall, and you would think you would get, oh, I got my 10-frame Punisher, and then because the 1-1 wasn't NC, because it would somehow phantom whiff in between, then you'd be like -17 on block, of course, and then having a bad time. So they fixed that, so they bug fixed it. That's good. Okay, forward 3, we've shown, yeah, forward 3 tracks our weak side. So we have option to go for forward 3. If we don't think they're going to hit a button, if we think they're going to step, we can commit to an option like forward 3. And like I had said earlier, and that would be to our right. And now look, Okay, no, he didn't get wall splatted, but the idea is similar. So now we get a wall splat into the just frame line if you can hit it. But yeah, we get a high combo, so that's nice. That's a good change. Definitely helps out Heihachi tremendously. Okay, back 3-2. Behavior on hit has changed. Oh, look at that. Keep in mind, that's almost certainly not a G. So let's go ahead and put it on block. That's an A stun, so it should be a plus 15 G. Yeah, okay, good. But still, I mean, that's not bad. Although, did that wall splat originally? So that maybe that's like an open field buff? By the wall, it's a little bit worse, but maybe they never actually splatted by the wall. Maybe I'm mistaken. So whatever, okay. A-stun, you know, for some sort of 50-50 at plus 15. Things like 4 for 1 plus 2 are technically 14 on just frame, so you can go for like 4 for 1 plus 2 for free because it's safe on block if your opponent wants to challenge. Similarly, A-stun, 50-50, knockdown, post back 3-2, meter pop, or go into an option. Keep in mind it's 15, so Hell Sweep can still be blocked on 16, or not, can be low period. So there are frames for them to escape. Down back 2 also on 17, or okay, 23, my bad. Probably at 15 cannot be stepped either, but I know down back 2 got nerfed, so let me, out of curiosity, let me go ahead and, we can't do it. Sidestep left. Okay, maybe not. Up back 2. Adjusted the behavior on hit after successful parry. Damage on the parry has been increased. Okay, so we get a knockdown even on down on up back 2. Is this safe on block as well? Wow, I mean that's really good. That's probably better than Leroy's as it is then. Okay, so let's go ahead and have Jin here. Just go for some punches. Okay, there we go. Ooh, whoa, that's an animation. Okay, no wall splat though. Interesting. It does have a wall splat property on it though. Okay, it puts him into low slump versus like back 1 plus 2, right? Which will splat. Oh no, that doesn't splat either though. Okay, so yeah, that never mind. That's not as good as Leroy's then. But I was thinking like for safety wise, that's not bad. I mean, okay, I guess it is high. But still, okay, whatever. It's now better on hit, but they are left really, really far away, so... Okay. I guess it's more of a taunt than anything. Okay, running 3. Damage has improved from 28 to 30. Okay. Reduce distance the opponent on hit. Damage 2. Oh, wow, yeah, they are lifted way closer now. This used to kind of leave them spaced out. Obviously, everyone's favorite, like, T7 meta was to go for full crouch down 4-4 afterwards for knockdown, 4-4-2. But yeah, now they're consistently left closer, so you technically can now actually go for this strat again, I suppose. Although the issue here is that down back 2 now doesn't have nearly as good tracking, which it never should have, to be honest, though. So let's find out. Whoops. Okay, full step. Let's go ahead and try sidestep, flash step. Oops, not back 2. Okay, so sidestep left, which it typically would not track. That's not new. Okay, so now you can just step either way and you're able to escape the incoming down back 2. That's good, because one of the complaints on option like down back 2 is the timing that he does like the hashi. It's later. That's what I've heard from people. I have problems seeing it in Tekken 8. I don't have problems seeing it in Tekken 7. Although, yeah, usually you want to step it anyway. Right, because it's easier to step something and get lucky against something that you're predicting than to predict a move and not sidestep and block it, right? Because that's what you should be doing. I'm sorry. Okay, down back 2. Warrior Instinct. Okay. Oh, okay, good. Warrior Instinct 1 plus 2 got nerfed. Thank God. I always thought like Warrior Instinct damage was a little overtuned, especially because like 1 plus 2 into 4-4-2. Was already really strong. Like, how much damage is this? Like 55 red life destruction. So you eat basically 3.5 of those and you're dead. And of course, the full wall splat too. Even without meter, I suppose. Let's go ahead. I'm curious. It's probably going to be really far away, right? Kind of similar to 112. Well, that full splat's tight. Okay, no. But yeah, 112 I presume still does it, right? Yeah, well, fucking Heihachi. Holy shit. Cool. Okay, so damage reduction, very slight, not a big deal to be honest. Although I guess that would kind of hinder his old wall combo, CD4 neutral 4, which maybe doesn't work anymore. Keep in mind I'm now on my weak side, and then 1+2. Although I guess back 3-2 after season 4 was better anyway. Less execution, more damage, but okay, less damage on that. But I think more people are still going to go for the down forward 3 structure than anything else, so probably a moot point. Okay, down forward 1, charge 2 now has less health recovery, but on perfect input, less health recovery. Why is that? You would think you'd be like, oh, let's reward, let's reward that, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're saying when they say perfect, they don't actually mean perfect. That's for sure different. Yeah, so 48, 42. So yeah, what I think when they say perfect, no, because we got more health back when we got the gold spark. Okay, inconclusive. I mean, that's a lot more health with the gold spark. Okay, I like I said, I think when they say perfect, I think they mean blue spark. They mean those timings. They don't mean, you know, the gold, which I'm gonna miss now. Yeah, whatever. Okay, CD3 hitbox has been adjusted to alleviate instances of hitting from other areas in the front. Yeah, that's always been a problem with an option like CD3, because that's his advancing kick. Yeah, sometimes it would kind of tend to full track, and despite the fact you like walked around Heihachi, you would still get hit, and it's like, oh, that's cool. I guess I shouldn't have done anything. So yeah, that's gone. I'm curious, can I sidestep? Just normal sidestep? Okay, no, that one makes a little sense. Let's see the other direction. Keep in mind, again, during our movement, we're naturally aligning. But yeah, no more hitting behind us, so okay, that's good. That's a well-needed nerf against Heihachi. Okay, 1 back 2, 1 hitbox of the whipping the second hit. Okay, that's probably good. I think they're saying if you're going to commit to an option like 1 back 2, 1, or sorry, 1, which is our TGF option, which of course would be launch, punish, bomb, block. They're making it now that, okay, the 1 back 2 is now going to have a better hitbox similar to like a back 2, for instance, where they're going to be more consistent. So this is a low, and normally like 1 back 2 would be like a really low hitting mid, but I guess against maybe certain characters, it would whiff, and then what would happen is even though you made the proper read, you commit to like TGF looking for wall splat, and then you would just get fucked. So you make this commit for this big launcher, and then it wouldn't work out in your favor. So it makes sense they got rid of it. So specifically, again, they're just fixing 1 back 2, the hitbox on that. So now if the second hits, the third one's not going to phantom whiff for no reason. So we have that 4, and then we're instinct variation, which is the red light destruction variation. Okay, down forward 2. Hitbox has been expanded downward. Oh, so it's less likely to leave the whiff. Okay, down forward 4 getting buff feels weird, because I always felt like down forward 4 was already really strong on lower hitbox. Back 4 also, he kind of takes a little step when he does it. Do you really need to make it so back 4 hits lower? I don't like that change. That feels kind of weird. But down forward 2 is good, because what would happen, sometimes you'd get like these situations where you go for your electric, and then instead of electric, you get this down forward 2, and then you really couldn't pick up after. So now it looks like you're going to be consistently hitting them even if you drop your input. Yeah, that's nice. That never happened in Season 1. Like I said, you go for electric and get this, you'd have to go for a one jab only. So that's a huge quality of life improvement to get rid of this like phantom down forward 2 shit getting you killed. So I like that. That's a good change. Oh, speaking of which, that's the next mention. So they're just saying, okay, the hitbox hits lower, so you can't low profile it, especially when you consider an option like, you know, TP down forward 2-1 is like your go-to I-13 launcher under defensive warrior instinct. You don't want to commit the headbutt and then pop that, and then all of a sudden, your opponent like, you know, blocks it, and TP is launch punish one block. So that's not what you want happening. So okay, but now this is the change I was talking about. Down forward 2, expand a hitbox downward to make it less likely to whiff on certain attacks. Yeah, like I said, electric into down forward 2, and you couldn't convert after unless you had the muscle memory to go for a one jab only. Sucked. Okay, now you can go for a down forward. Oh, they missed there though. Now you can go for a down forward 1 structure instead. Thank God. Okay, Wind Gods Kame. So again, I think that's the Fujin stance. No, that's the Power Crush off stance. This move. Okay, adjusted collision detection with opponent to reduce occurrence of whiffing. That makes sense. It's active for 2 frames, so it should really not ever phantom whiff against options. I can see this whiffing against like Xiaoyu AOP, but okay, sure, they're fixing it, so that's a very good change. Okay, Warrior Instinct. Oh, look at that. Interesting. So Warrior. Okay, so for first of all, I might as well talk some theory here. So usually forward 4 is okay. Well, it's plus 15, but it's not plus 15. It's not plus 15 because what happens is, like, normally when you have your opponent by the wall, you would go for a TP on 13. You think, oh, it's a launcher. No, well, no, it doesn't actually launch without meter. It doesn't wall splat. So then you might think to yourself, okay, well, we'll go for the old forward 4 into down forward 1-2, right? That also doesn't wall splat. So nowadays, what you have to do with Heihachi, commit the down forward 4 on 13 to commit wall splat option. So one of the things you can do against a crouching opponent, because forward 4 can also transition into Fujin stance, you can hold down, and now in stance, you're into Fujin 2, which is a launcher. So if your opponent ducks and you can transition to stance, now you can launch them for committing to a duck. What's nice about Fujin 2 is that Fujin 2 by itself is only -10 on block. Now, under the effects of heat mode, Fujin 2 is no longer -10. It's now -3 with pushback. So it's really strong, like forward 4, Fujin 2 transition, forward 4, Fujin 1+2 if you want to chicken out, or again, stance transition, so on and so forth. Now, one of the things that was bugged about Fujin 2 was that Fujin 2 would armor break. So if they went for like a power crush or anything like that, it would go through the armor similar to down forward 1, these options. Like these would all break armor or break, you know, power crush and all that sort of shit. But yeah, for some reason, Fujin 2 would also armor break. So, okay, they fixed it. They probably realized, like, Warrior Instinct was a little too strong, and especially because that's safe on block, it probably also should not armor break. Okay, whatever. That's good. Okay, Warrior Instinct Hell Sweep. Issue where the move could not be performed immediately after heat activation. Yeah, this is a long-term bug. I still don't know the situation that has to, like, it deals with. So, like, I still can't. I don't know. I like sometimes I think, oh yeah, we figured it out, and then other times I'm like, yeah, I can't figure shit out. So okay, in theory, we should no longer get a bad like that. That shouldn't happen. So again, like this is the same thing. I've made this video so many times. I don't know. Like in theory, it should not it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so maybe what they're saying, the more important one, is during our heat dash, we now can consistently get out Hell Sweep. So maybe 4 for 1+2. Yeah, maybe that combo is easier now or something like that. That's the only kind of thing I can think of. So that's good. That's good. That's good. But post-heat engager, I don't know, it still feels the same to me. It still feels like the input gets eaten. again, I don't know enough about Heihachi to be like, yeah, it's better. Like, sort of shit. Okay, down 1-2 forward. Fix an issue where certain moves cannot be performed in the stance. Okay, I didn't know about this bug. I never used down 1-2 though. I don't like this down 1-2 meta. Down 1-2 is safe on block. The issue here though is that when you transition into stance, you're no longer actually safe. And seeing as how this stance doesn't have a power crush like Fujin stance has, you're at your opponent's mercy, and I never liked that. So, okay, I guess it was worse than that. Maybe like you couldn't perform down forward 4, the cancel from Raishin stance. Maybe that's what it was. Because if you hit 4 normally, you perform get a stomp. Or maybe you don't perform get a stomp. Am I thinking of Fujin? Okay, I'm thinking of Fujin. Sorry, because you can cancel Fujin into CD and then do Hell Sweep. Okay, so clearly there was some sort of bug with Raijin stance where you couldn't get the correct input out, but only specifically after down 1-2 into Raijin. I don't know. Whatever. A bug fix. Okay, that's a good change. Okay, up forward forward. Collision detection for this attack has been expanded downwards to make it harder to jump over the opponent. Oh. I don't know if they mean you could used to be able to like do a cross up and then you would reset them. I've seen tech at the wall where you would splat them and then get some sort of reset. Maybe that's what they're talking about. The reset post. Wow, I can't believe I did that. Maybe they're talking about some sort of up forward 4 reset at the wall that's gone. Because I remember I saw... was that Tetsu performing that tech like in week 1 for up forward 4 crossover? And that was like really crazy. But it's because, yeah, up forward 4 is active for so many frames, and then against airborne... let's see. Oh, wow. I think they're like still pretty plus, right? Yeah, look at that. It's kind of like a plus 19, so we can probably do like down for 1 pickup, okay, or something very similar. 19 frames is a good amount of time, so I don't know what it would be. Down for 1 I think would work, but clearly that's not the case. But yeah, you could pick them up, or actually I take it back. I think it was something like this. You would 1 jab them, and then you'd pick them up off of that, but only under certain scenarios, not open field. Sorry, it was by the wall this tech existed. Okay, otherwise heat, up forward 4-1, less likely to jump over the opponent. Okay, that's probably half buff for consistency and half nerf to get rid of the tech where you can cross over on them. That's my presumption. Okay, so thoughts on Heihachi. Buffs? I mean, running 1+2 is a nice addition to his kit. Is that enough? I don't really know, to be honest. 1-1-4 is a nice buff. Stand 4 is a nice buff. 1-1 bug. Otherwise, a lot of these are just bug fixes. 4-3 is a buff. Back 3-2 is okay. I don't know. I don't really feel like that's a buff per se. But like of his buffs, I think like the 1-2-4 is kind of the only one in stand 4. Everything else is kind of like, okay. Bug fixes and quality of life improvements. I'll give him a half arrow on his like T8 buffs. Like, you know, just general quality of life shit. Regarding his like season 2 kind of stuff, yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I'm not super blown away. Running 1+2 is nice. Back 3-3-2 is, it's okay, right? But it's like, is that kind of enough? That's a lot of damage. It's annoying. Okay, that also is fully NC. How much meter did that cost us? Okay, so it cost us less than 5 seconds. So, like, we can even do it again afterwards, too. Yeah, like I was talking about, one of the issues with this patch is even if you don't, like, spend the meter, you can still have meter at the end of your time and still cheese out a heat smash or whatnot. Hopefully stuff like that gets fixed. So I don't want to say, oh, hey, Heihachi got hella good because, like, back 3-3, right? I-14 homing, knockdown plus, 52 damage into Oki is good, but like I think that portion of these heat kits is really gonna get toned down. I can't see like the heat buff being sustainable for all these characters realistically. So for his season 2 stuff, yeah, I mean, I'm not really seeing a lot. Running 1+2 is nice, but it's kind of about it. To be honest, running 3 was not that bad, especially if they're making running 3 do more damage. I don't know. I'd probably give him a half an arrow up too. So overall, I think 1 arrow up. consistency is a big part of it. I never really felt like Heihachi and T8 was inconsistent. People might disagree with me, but I never really thought consistency was one of his problems. If anything, consistency was one of his major strong selling points, sort of thing. So, yeah, I think one arrow, half an arrow, and half an arrow is pretty accurate. Yeah, I think that's all I kind of have to say. I thought I was, to be honest, from how all the other characters were getting buffed, I was expecting a little bit more. But yeah, there's nothing I hate on this change. If anything, these are just quality of life improvements and general improvements to the character overall. So, God, I'm kind of talking myself out of a one arrow. I'm kind of getting myself into the half an arrow up. Now, I think the addition to perform the meter pop out of Fujin's a big deal. I think that's a big one. Like the ability to have more safe heat option or more instinct options is probably a significant buff that I'm kind of discounting. I'm sure there's already some sort of combo line that meter pop, wall splat them, and then do your combo, and then have your follow pressure and Oki and all that shit. So yeah, probably one arrow. Half an arrow, half an arrow. That'll be my final determination, my final judgment here. So one arrow up for Heihachi. Some nice buffs, but at the same time, I don't know. There's other better characters in the game. Like, Deviljin, it looks really fucking crazy. Like, at this point, I think maybe don't even play Heihachi, probably play DJ. I don't know. I haven't really looked at this kit, but his damage potential really puts him on pace with a character like Heihachi. Okay, so if I made a mistake, please let me know. Time code the said mistake. Please consider becoming a member. That's how I make my money. Beyond that, I think that's about it. I do have, like, Tekken Tag 2 content that I still want to pump out. Maybe I'll work on that tonight. But, yeah, Lee will be the next video for this. If there's a character you want to see that I haven't covered, please let me know in the comments, sort of thing. Yeah, same thing. Comments, questions, concerns, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Feel free to hit me up. Beyond that, that's about it. I will see you guys in the next video. Later on.